Welcome to Comics from the Future, our weekly Friday preview show where you can preview and pre order all the latest and greatest upcoming comics. Watch the full video and let us know what you can comment or send us a message. Let us know what you would like for what's upcoming. This is going to come out the week before Christmas, so it's a little bit of a lighter week, just so you guys know in the time frame when this is coming out. Week before Christmas comics, so let's see what we have.
Have we talked about that? Because I just found this out that Marvel, the books you see are about 3 weeks out, and DC's books are 1 month from
Yep.
our basically our due date for when you turn these things in. So
Exactly.
they're a little staggered, but
I didn't know that. It used to be all together, I guess.
But since, I guess that'll help us with this. So, as you guys know, all your orders for Marvel and independent stuff are due on Monday, and DC is due on Sunday. And because of that change, it's about a month from what you see here for DC stuff and about 3 weeks for Marvel and the rest. So,
all right, well, let's kick it off.
To start out our show today, we have Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Last 52, War of the Multiverses. So, this is cool because, as we talked about last time, we are just building up to the big ultimate battle.
The finale to end all finales.
Yeah, literally, this could be... I've read a lot of DC events. This feels like the biggest one yet because, I mean, look at that cover. It uses everybody. And so this is a cool, like, you'll read the main thing, the issue 7 of Metal, and you'll see the outcome. You'll see there's going to be a big battle. This is showing you, like, on the battlefield what's going on. So... Wonder Woman is leading the heroes, Superman is leading the villains, and Batman is leading the dead. And so you're going to see all parts of this giant battle going on from the different fronts. So I feel like this is going to be a really cool companion to the last issue of Metal. And this is also, so it's a bunch of short stories about the different fights, and you have people working on this like Joshua Williamson, Scott Snyder, James Tynion, Kyle Higgins, Marguerite Bennett, Justin Jordan, Matthew Rosenberg. Like, I print off a whole list, and they're super cool. So there's stories about the Atom, Raven, Lois Lane, Constantine, Swamp Thing, all of them in this battle. So I think this is going to be a really cool, just all-out action issue.
And that's not all the Metal this week, is it?
No, there is another Metal. This is Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Secret Origin. And so this one could find not as much information, but from what I could see, this is going to explore the backstory of the Darkest Night, which I thought was interesting because we kind of saw
we saw the
happen.
birth of it. Although he acted like he knew it, so there might have been some seeds he had already.
Yeah, it's like at least he knew he was going to turn into that. Yeah. He knew doing these correct steps he was going to become this thing. Also, while this is going on, there's going to be a lot about Superboy Prime. As you see on the cover, these two titans fighting it out. We're going to see some backstory about Superboy Prime and the Darkest Night. So I feel like they're really not even setting the stage for this last issue of Metal, because that will be coming out this same week. But I feel like we're going to see these characters later. It feels like they're introducing things right at the end of a story that... Why would you do that if you weren't planning on going forward with these? So right. I don't think we've seen the last of Superboy Prime and some of these other characters.
Yeah, I mean, what you want out of an event is for it to bring in everyone, everything, and that is what Death Metal did. You know, Metal set things up where, you know, okay, now there's the Dark Multiverses. This one, they really used it all. So I'm going to launch into the next book we're talking about. Let's take a step back from Death Metal and go back to just Dark Knight's Metal.
A little bit more flexible than the Death Metal. It's a little softer metal.
Yeah. I mean, as big of an event as this one was, Death Metal, I mean, it's like times 10.
Yep.
So this is Tales from the Dark Multiverse. These are a series of one-shots that tell alternate sort of history tales, like what-ifs. This is going back to just Dark Knight's Metal, and it's asking what would have happened if Barbados had won? What if the Justice League had failed? And so what I think is really cool, and you can kind of see it a little bit on the cover here, is apparently he's taken the Justice League and he's turned them into dragons that work for him.
Yeah, of course.
And so it takes the last few heroes from Dark Knight's Metal who have not been subjugated, like the Monitor and Nightwing, and they're going to gather up and form the final Justice League to go up against the evil Justice League dragons and to try to save the multiverse. All in a one shot, and Scott Snyder is behind this.
Wow, that's cool.
So yeah, I'm pretty stoked for that one.
Especially with him writing it, it's almost like the lost ending or like the alternate
ending. What if things had gone poorly?
Yeah.
So anyhow, it just has the one cover. So
usually these are a little bit more expensive, but they're thicker too.
Yeah, they're usually like $5.99, but they're typically double size. So DC coming out swinging this week.
Yeah.
What's going on with Marvel, Megan?
Okay, so another King in Black tie-in, and this is just a one-shot, it seems, and just $3.99 at that. Iron Man, Doctor Doom, King in Black. They set aside their differences to fight a null-controlled Santa Claus.
The ultimate powerful being in the universe.
I think that sells itself, in my opinion.
Symbiote Krampus.
So we have like I said, null-controlled Santa Claus, which is, of course, coming about after the recent invasion. So Iron Man and Doctor Doom having to battle this creature, and I love the solicitation said that it is a horrifying inversion of Yuletide joy that may ultimately reveal the true meaning of nullness. What is that? I don't know. That sounds amazing.
You hold nullness in your heart all year long.
It sounds like a writer's having fun with this.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be very fun, crazy, off the charts. So, cool little one-shot in the King in Black stuff. If you're signed up for everything, and you've told us that a few times, we'll definitely pull this one for you. But if you're not, or you just want to check it out, when I see the sleigh in the background, let us know.
That makes me think, if Santa exists in the Marvel Universe, why is he not on the Avengers? It just seems like he's probably the most powerful one out of them.
He's too busy like watching Power Pack to make sure they're not being naughty.
Oh, that's true.
And this is the variant cover for this. This is the Mora variant.
Yeah, I like it has the King in Black little thing in the corner.
Yep.
Next up we have Ghost Rider Return of Vengeance #1. Some places I'm seeing they're calling this Ghost Rider Annual.
That was the original title.
Okay,
they switched it.
So now it's just a one-shot since the previous Ghost Rider series ended.
Mm-hmm.
But this is cool because this is, if you're not familiar, there's a lot of Ghost Riders. This focuses on Vengeance, who we haven't seen for a while. He's definitely a more brutal. If you can have a more brutal version of Ghost Rider, I mean, Vengeance is just all out. Not even anti-hero. He's probably worse than that.
Sort of created as a villain to begin with.
Yes, he's a former Marine. He got sent to hell, and now he is working his way back. And what's cool about this is written by the original creator of the character, Howard Mackey, to kind of continue the story that he was telling back in the 90s when this character first made their appearance. So this is just a one-shot. I'm guessing it's a little bit thicker, especially if it was originally considered to be an annual. But there's a war going on for the Throne of Hell between Johnny Blaze and Lilith. And Vengeance is like, hey, they're fighting. I might as well just walk right up here and take it. So it looks really cool. It's cool to see this character back. I always loved his design. He's got like horns and tusks.
There's nothing else Ghost Rider going on right now. So.
Yeah. So super cool. There's a couple covers for this one. This is the Kyle Hotz. This is the nullified variant, which is hard to tell because Ghost Rider kind of always looks like he's been nullified with all the black pointiness.
I mean, when you see red and you see the little lines, you kind of know it's a null thing right now from Marvel.
Yes. Then we have the, I believe this is the Philip Tan variant. And then we have the Stegman variant. Awesome Ryan Stegman variant.
Yeah, that's very cool. All right, so in the world of indie, Image Comics is releasing a new 6-part series called Post Americana. It is by Steve Scroce, who's famous for a few things. He's done Maestros. I think he's most famous, and I appreciate him for, he was the original storyboarder for The Matrix.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that movie kind of made it where every movie that followed had to have a storyboard artist because it was so cool because of them doing that. Anyhow, so what is Post Americana? It is a post-apocalyptic book. Basically, there was this this shelter that was there for the executive part of our government. However, they didn't make it there in time. Only the rich and elite made it in.
Of course.
And so they've been down there for 80 years, and they come back up to the surface, and there are still some people alive. There are wastelanders. Well, these rich and elite are like, you know what? We have all these resources. We're supposed to help the world repopulate it. Forget it. We're going to control the world because we're the people with everything now. So I'm guessing it's some of their ancestors feel very entitled. And so they try to take over the wastelanders, but there is one girl, one wasteland girl who stands in their way, who's just like, nope, you're not going to do this. And apparently she has some sort of revenge quest. So I think it's going to go all the way back to what happened 80 years ago as people were fighting to get into this thing. So I think the cover just looks really cool. I'm a sucker for post-apocalyptic tales. I also like that it's a 6-parter. I like it seems like they have a
definite story.
of where it's going to go. It has a few variants. This is the Darrow variant. Very brutal.
Yeah, the Shaolin cowboy artist.
Yeah. And this is the Guerra variant. Like the chicken on a rocket. And lastly, this is the blank variant. So imagine your own, draw your own, get an artist to do your own. Post Americana. So now we're going to get to the part of the show where we go over other number ones and covers that we just think look cool. So I guess, Andy, you can start us out.
Yep. And we're coming back to death metal. Made that big old loop around. So, of course, this is issue 7 of 7 of death metal. This is apparently going to set the stage for sure for the stuff that's coming in January and February. There's been talks about there's 2 epilogues. What are the 2 epilogues about? But also, super cool cover with this death metal Wonder Woman kind of meeting her original Wonder Woman.
Yeah, how far she's changed.
Yeah.
I've heard this might link in with the beginnings of Future State as well.
Yes.
So don't snooze on that if you want to collect some of this early Future State stuff.
All right, then we have Detective Comics 1033.
No,
That's not right.
No, we've got, these are breaking. We just got these
wow.
covers
These are
like
new.
10 minutes ago or something.
That's right.
These are the variants for death metal, and this is the Art Germ Batman Who Laughs variant.
Real cool.
Creepy.
Yeah, and
That'd
then
have been perfect for Halloween.
yeah, it looks like it was carved into a pumpkin. And then we have the David Finch
Covered in blood.
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, these were just released. I remember you adding some
We
stuff
just
in
added
there
the
last
drive.
minute.
Frantically
It's
adding
not on
them.
our paper. It's just on the drive.
All right, now let's get to that Detective Comics 1033, the Liebermejo variant. He's seeing what is inside those windows he was climbing up.
I was about to say, so the story, he drove his car, he parked it, he got out, he climbed up the building, now he's looking in the window.
And will we see next time what's in the window?
Just like a guy watching TV with cereal. Like,
yeah,
what?
why are you watching me? But super cool.
So this is the variant for Wonder Woman number 769. This is Joshua Middleton's variant. He knows how to make those covers
Definitely a
stand out.
different coloring on it. Not as rendered, but a really cool, like, flat, thin line.
I like all the shapes he's created too.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I see there. All these interesting shapes.
Next, we have, this is the Black Adam Endless Winter Special, number 1, even though it's just a one-shot, tying in with the Endless Winter event that's going to be going on at the end of the year.
And Black Adam's he's just gaining popularity too ever since
I feel like this is
announced his movie in The Rock and all that.
Yeah, they're like slipping Black Adam here and there to be like, hey, get familiar with this character because he's going to be big. But apparently in the storyline, Black Adam knows a lot about what's going on from the past, and I think this is going to focus on that.
Then we have Red Hood 52. This is the Cover B Scan variant.
Yeah, this is a new one too, just revealed today.
Okay, this is Action Comics 1028. This is the B cover by Raphael Grandpa.
It's really good.
So another noteworthy thing about this is the final issue that Bendis is doing. They paid him the big bucks to come to DC. They took out the big ads. Bendis is coming. This is his last issue on Action Comics. They're also going to be doing his last one on Superman soon. His last issue. So I'm picking up a few because
It
final
looks
issues,
great.
things tend to happen.
I just realized looking at it that his cape's making an S also.
And just the way they framed it, it's very, very well done.
It almost looks like Medusa hair, except
It
that
is.
would be...
Or his Spawn cape that we saw on the previous Superman cover.
But anyway, yeah, so just be known, this is the final Bendis issue, so if he has any more tricks up his sleeve, they're going to come out now.
Next we have Batman Superman 15. This is the Travis Charest variant. Make a really cool poster.
I put that one on. I thought it was cool. You know, Superman,
That's
what's
nice.
his background? Metropolis.
Yeah.
What's Batman's? Gotham. You know, so...
It's never daytime in Gotham.
No. It's darker than Dark City there.
Justice League 29. This is the cover B, the Gleb Malinkov variant.
It's Justice League Dark.
Justice League Dark.
Yeah, tie-in with Death Metal. I mean, not Death Metal. Endless Winter.
Endless Winter.
Too
You can
many
tell
events going on in my
They're
head.
about
all the
to
white on there.
Work themselves out.
Okay, this is Immortal Hulk number 42, the Bennett homage version.
Yeah, this was just added too.
Yeah, this is the first time I've gotten to see it. Is literally right now. We have a screen across from us so we can see things. It's kind of small, but that is very cool. A very classic cover of Hulk and Surfer. I think that might have been like their first sort of battle together. Was way back in that Tales to Astonish. So that's awesome.
So next we are getting into the nullified variants.
Where's the red little lines on this one? I don't really see
they're
them.
on this.
So, I mean, it seems like every book is getting a nullified variant.
Yeah.
Really cool. So this one is the X-Men. It's for X-Men number 16, the Coelho nullified variant. I believe, is that nullified Storm?
I think so. Yeah.
And then we have Wolverine number 8, the Raposa nullified variant.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
I like that design for him. And we do have coming at some point the Kari Randolph nullified variant for Shang-Chi number 4. This one I really like. This is for Immortal Hulk number 42. This is the Lozano nullified variant, but with She-Hulk. And on her sword, it looks like a severed Hulk hand that maybe was holding the sword. Hard to tell, but super cool.
Okay, also very cool. I've
That
seen this cover floating around for weeks now.
I like it a lot.
This is Amazing Spider-Man number 55, and this is part of the Last Remains issues. So if you've been putting those back, or we've had a lot of people actually get them, but it's this mini series that's going on within the Amazing Spider-Man series. So this is just the A cover for Amazing Spider-Man 55, Last Remains. Awesome.
I just think this is one of those covers that, you know, a couple years from now, everyone's going to be looking for. I haven't seen anything quite like it when you can do that. I don't know, like take a black cover and make it so stark with the design.
It's excellent. It stands out.
It's noteworthy.
So we also have
the other end of the spectrum.
the Lego variant for same issue, Amazing Spider-Man 55. This is not the Last Remains though, just 55 Ron Lim Lego variant.
Yeah, see, I announced last week that I thought they were doing a Lego series. You're not going to license Lego and just do one cover.
Yeah.
So I guess the
Here we
Fortnite
go.
stuff has turned into the Lego
And that's
stuff.
got the Venom T-Rex.
Yep, I think that's very cool. All right, so this is Avengers number 40, and what we want to make you guys aware of, why this one's possibly important, is the solicitation claims that a new character is going to be chosen by the Phoenix Force. I think that's a pretty big deal. I mean, the last time that happened was Phoenix Future Wolverine, and that one really heated up, and that wasn't even from the current timeline.
Yeah.
So they've been kind of having some new characters, new situations in Avengers. They showed the past, present, and future lately. But this is, I think, supposed to happen in the present. So just be aware, Phoenix Force is back and going to choose a new hero. Who do you think it'll be?
Well, we see Black Panther on there. Well, we see everybody with some kind of little something, but...
I just hope it's not Namor. I don't want Namor Phoenix.
He's had it before. He had it
just
during
creates
X-Men.
steam, fire, and water, you know?
You can't see him. It's just a
Yeah.
puff. Next, we have Expanse #1. This is a 4-part miniseries. If you're a fan of the novels or the TV show The Expanse, I believe this is supposed to take place between
Season 4 and 5.
I think, yeah, season 4 and 5 of The
Yeah.
Expanse. And then we have the variant cover, the Walker variant cover.
All right, Blade Runner 2019 is just coming to an end, so now we have Blade Runner 2029 starting up, and this is the Peach Momoko A cover.
Yep.
And this is the B Mead cover.
I put this on here because I just think it's fascinating to see someone working out, like, drawing buildings and everything.
Yeah, some architectural
I know,
stuff
that's what I was
cover.
going to say, yeah.
So
that could be on a blueprint paper,
Yeah.
and it makes sense.
New Blade Runner series. The last series went for 12 issues, so I'm often they'll keep that trajectory. So
This is the variant cover for We Only Find Them When They're Dead, issue #3. Very good usage of light. They have such a different take on space.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
very
think this cover
colorful.
shows it off really well. So that's
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is #4.
Number
This
4,
is-
yeah.
We Only Find Them When They're Dead, #4. The B variant by Infantante.
Next, I thought this was really funny. This is Mars Attacks Red Sonja #5. This is just the A cover, the Sudium cover, but it's kind of Attack of the 50-Foot Woman
Yes.
homage.
I did not see that one.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
Some of these covers have just been so much fun. We've got a couple coming up too that are just fun to look at.
And once again, on Previews World, you can see all the other variants. We go over our favorite ones, which is the majority, but there's too many Dynamite ones to go over.
Yeah.
So check them out there, and if you want any, let us know.
yeah, Dynamite's been doing some really cool stuff. Let's see what's coming up because we have Dynamite. This is issue #3, and we wanted to feature a couple of these. You guys probably recognize this. It is the amazing
Yep.
Fantasy 15 homage. Really cool Sudium variant there. Then we have the Peanuts. Peanuts parody cover. And then
Is that Pigpen with a boomerang in his head? I can't
Yeah.
tell which character that is.
And then
That's funny.
lastly we have the Dr. Seuss. And really cool. I don't know. Just I like all these covers. Look like all what they've been doing with them.
Mhm.
What's on that platter?
I want to read a whole book that's just those parody versions of the
Mhm.
characters.
So pick your favorite if you've been reading this series.
Going back to DC, we're going to start the next part of our show, which is sort of issue #3s and 4s, collections, toys, collected editions. But here is Batman Beyond #50. This is the final issue.
Mhm.
DC, I like they've been sort of ending some of the series, but they haven't pulled the plug. They're letting the issues kind of
Mhm.
go to where they want to end. So #50, great number to sort of
Yep.
end on. So that is the A cover by Dan Mora. And here is the B cover by Francis Manapul. I think this one is really nice.
Yeah.
I definitely
Very
put that one on there.
Reminiscent of like Batman the Animated Series with the really bright wide eyes, the
Mhm.
red.
So this is issue #50, the final issue.
Next we have Captain Marvel #23. This is the second printing, and this is the this issue was the first appearance of Ove and Brigid or Brigid.
Yeah.
So yeah, that book definitely on all the spec people's list to pick up because these new characters, Thor's new daughter, and
Yeah, everyone came running out for the first print,
Mhm.
so sold out right away. So
Yeah.
don't sleep on the second print. And some of these second prints go up in value
Mhm.
quite a bit down the road, depending on what they do with the characters.
Okay, next we have King in Black Namor #2. It's always unfortunate as just a retailer when they solicit the #2 before the #1's released. It makes it really difficult for us to know how many to order because we don't have sales data on #1 yet.
Mhm.
So that's part of the reason why we do this show. So let us know if you're interested in this series. This is #2.
Speaking of the same thing you were saying, here is Power Pack #2 before #1 is out. So this is part of the Outlawed series that links in with Champions and all the young heroes where they're not allowed to do superhero stuff. But Power Pack just got back. How are they not going to use their powers? We haven't really seen too much of them. So anyway, the #2 is available for pre-order right now if you're a fan of Power Pack. I mean, surely they're going to show up on Disney Plus at some point.
Yeah. Next is Venom 29. This is the second printing. I thought this one was really cool because it's a family portrait. You've got the whole Venom family on there. So, yeah, if you're getting all of the seconds and thirds and fourths printings of Venom, you'll definitely want to get this one. I think this is one of the better ones.
And the background to the right, you can see crazy Mr. Fantastic too.
Yes.
All right, so this issue is out. So from Aftershock, Miskatonic #2. If you read #1, it is the Lovecraftian detective issue series that is out now. So this is #2. So add it to your list if you want it, or if you just want to check out #2. If you like #1, here it is. Let us know.
This is Commanders in Crisis #3 of 12. So this is a maxi series. So if you enjoyed #1, #2, this is what #3 looks like. So order it if you like the art, you like the story, or you just like alliteration in your comics. Commanders in Crisis.
Yeah, there's a couple other covers for this that are really cool too that are on Previews World. Next is Kick-Ass versus Hit Girl #2. This is only a 5-part series, so easily consumable. Just jump on it now to make sure that we are ordering enough that you can get the whole thing.
Speaking of 5-part series, Barbalian from the world of Black Hammer. All the characters in the world of Black Hammer are just amazing, and one of the reasons I love that series so much is Jeff Lemire just did so much character building with each one, and it's super awesome. They each get their own series. If we have not converted you into Black Hammer fans, please come by and pick up the trade paperback from us. But this is Barbalian #2. This is the A cover.
This is the Comic Book History of Animation #2, which is a 5-part series. They've previously done the Comic Book History of Comics.
Yeah.
They're great. They're fun. You know, you learn something, but you do it. They do it in a very enjoyable way.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the #2 available for order.
Next we have Power Rangers #2. This is the Scalara variant. We just had Mighty Morphin and then Power Rangers. So if you are trying to collect the whole thing, the whole new stories, you'll definitely want to be on it. I'm hearing really good things about it.
Giga #3. There you go.
That's a big giant robot in the background there that they've
Yep.
built. It looks like they planted stuff and put some houses up
Yeah.
on it.
Once
That's
the
scary.
#3 hits, this is generally when we start trending down our orders, unless we get lots of pre-orders on it, or just pre-orders on it. So you may miss it on the shelf if you've been enjoying it. So
I mean, people might say it's foolhardy that they built on top of these giant robots, never thinking they'd come back to life, because I'm assuming they will in the series.
Yeah, well,
But at the same time, we humans, we live right on fault lines and such. So we have volcanoes near us, and we're like, they probably won't go off while I'm alive. All right, so this is We Live #3. I've definitely been reading and following and enjoying this series. I just read #2 the other day. Whoo, it's bloody. That's all I got to say. I can't believe what happened in #2. So this is a post-apocalyptic series by sort of new people to comics, the Miranda brothers, making a lot of waves here. So order up on it. And if you missed out on the #1, because a lot of people did, we told everyone about it. We showed the cover. We were like, this looks really interesting.
Yeah.
We ordered a lot, but we still sold out. There is a 3rd printing.
nice.
And I think this displays the world very well. It's a scary, post-apocalyptic, the world's going to kill you world with kids trying to survive.
not all the kids can say the title of the book by the end of it. They can't all be like, "We live."
Ah.
Nuh-uh. Nope.
Yeah. Within the first couple issues, you learn that's not true.
Next we have back to Dynamite. Just thought this was cool. This is the B cover, the Pseudium cover.
What a gruesome cover.
It is.
They're all like gruesome in their own ways.
Wow.
Okay, and then we have some hardcovers coming up. So this is the Aliens Omnibus, and it is $125, which is about omnibus price. So yeah, this is the Land cover, and then we have another cover. This is the Nelson cover.
Yeah, these are big because I believe this is the first official retail
I noticed that
alien
Marvel
thing
is
Marvel's
releasing
putting out.
alien
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
So it's distributed by Marvel. I'll have to double check on this. Sometimes with the omnibuses, they do take a little more than a month to get here. So if you're getting this as a gift for somebody, double check with me on the release date of that, but $125.
And it has a ton of the Dark Horse material in it. Like, being an omnibus, it has, I think the first like 5 or 6 miniseries in it, plus one shots, everything. I'm really excited about this.
I'm excited also because Marvel's going to be doing the Alien variant cover soon.
Yeah.
Whereas the Aliens with the Marvel superheroes, that's going to be awesome. But with that said, that is it. That's our show for today.
Kind of small this week. Like I said, these issues are the ones coming out the week before and the week of Christmas, so it's generally smaller. But we appreciate you guys watching. You can also check out the DC stuff by going to DC Connect. DC's titles are not on Previews World. Just type in DC Connect in Google and you'll find it. Also, want to mention, if you're local, this upcoming Wednesday is Local Comic Shop Day. And we're going to have all the exclusives that are released with that. So definitely check it out. And we may have some for sale if we don't sell out on our Sunday show, which we do every Sunday. We sell. Sale
into sales.
We sell new stuff, old stuff, classic stuff, key stuff. So definitely like our page so you can see all that goodness.
Yep, and we also do a Tuesday comics preview show where we read the comics that have just come in on Tuesday before they're released on Wednesday, and we do a little spoiler-free show, and we also do some sales on that show as well. So,
if you only watch this show though, happy Thanksgiving, and tune in next Friday to see what's new.
Yep, thank you all for joining us. Have a great rest of your evening.